Hello and welcome to session 22 of Abandon Hope. We are joined by Aiden this time. Unfortunately, Chris was not able to make it.
Oh, Aiden.
Yes. Did you not hear him? He's been talking a bit.
No, I didn't. I'm sorry.
I really hope this is not indicative of... Yeah.
I can hear him.
Did you hear him then, Stephanie?
Aiden, speak.
Speaking.
Yes.
Well, that's good. Ears are functional.
Yes.
So, hopefully not many sacrifices occur today. We'll see what happens. It's been quite a long time since we last met. It's been almost a month. Can anyone fill me in on what happened last time? And I realize that makes it sound like I forgot.
I vaguely remember us exchanging prisoners, and I think Slash went into the donkey that was the prisoner holder, and I think we're on our way to get him back because we forgot that we left him in there.
Sounds like us.
We also acted like we were offended to a bunch of the people in there while simultaneously offending everybody in there. Remember that happening. Something about meats.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a room of meat, and I don't remember what the end result of that was.
I think there wasn't much of an end result. I think someone grabbed some meat and took it and ate it. I feel like that was Worm.
Probably.
And I don't believe that Aiden was here when the creatures that live in this place were described. So could someone please describe them to him?
Oh, God.
I realize I erased the picture. That's my bad.
They had like an elephant trunk that
Oh yeah,
ran into the ground, and it was like a root but they can move around freely, and they just kind of hung up there in midair, propped up by their long nose,
like a living bird feeder.
Sounds like a Taylor creation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
we realized that this is probably Duncan's backstory.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, and there were barrels that were never fully investigated, probably to good outcome. Bad things may have happened if they were investigated. They were filled with some kind of viscous liquid and little mounds of flesh.
Yeah, Slash went into the barrels.
I believe they were described as kneecaps of meat.
That is what they appeared to be, yes. Well, I suppose kneecaps are regularly made of meat. When there was a fence, and some of the creatures were having fun on the fence, and they let you guys through. And then you, I think when you went back, I don't remember if the creatures were still on it at that point. Yeah, they were. They let you back out. And you went back for Slash, and there was screaming. And when you got to this place again, a cockroach man was slaughtering the innocent people of the village. And I think that's where we left off. He was wearing as a vest the skin of a goblin.
How could you tell it was goblin skin?
Because it still had the face attached.
That's what I was afraid you'd say.
Then you shouldn't have asked.
No, I should not have.
Now, as you are looking upon this display, the donkey suddenly explodes. And Slash is standing triumphantly, once again made of meat, in the donkey's place.
Is he made of donkey meat?
Probably.
Oh.
He is holding a pair of bone axes.
Did he fashion himself a meat suit and bone axes in the donkey, out of the donkey?
He did indeed, yes.
Oh, good job.
He is versatile.
Also, genocide is happening.
Well, what do you do?
Igor, I believe this is your friend.
This is my friend?
This is your friend. Worm takes a big step backwards.
So we see the donkey, right?
You see the donkey, yeah.
And apologies, I blanked that for a moment. Um,
That is no longer there.
okay. And was there still an elephant dude guard nearby?
Not at the moment.
Okay, well then I'll approach the donkey if the donkey allows me to approach it.
No, the
Do you mean
donkey-
Slash?
It's the donkey with Slash in it, right?
The donkey exploded, and now there's Slash.
Oh, okay, I missed that part. Thank you. Yes, then I'll approach Slash. Slash, apologies, we kind of left you behind. I'm very sorry. Are you okay?
I think so. I'm not sure. I think I'm made of donkey flesh.
You have a vaguely donkey-like voice now.
That is up to Slash.
I won't be able to do that. Sorry. Remind me what we're doing here.
Well, right now there's horrible bloody genocide going on. We should probably do something.
Ooh, I like that.
George, you're quieter than you were before. I can barely hear you now.
Okay, I'll work on that.
Yeah, I have George at max volume and I still don't hear him.
Yeah, technology.
There's a brand new headset too.
It doesn't happen to have a tiny little volume knob on it, does it?
It does, but not for the microphone. So has he killed all of these creatures?
There are still 4 that are around him, and they appear to be trying to defend themselves. They are not really fighting back. They keep glancing toward the battlement sort of thing that's labeled teeth up here.
Before we should do something.
Oh yes, the teeth.
He guts
I
another
suppose
one.
if no one is going over, then Ivor will go over there.
Ivor approaches. The cockroach man looks at you and his little antennas twitch.
What was his name again?
Stocky.
Stocky, right.
Mr. Stocky, what are you doing?
I'm having a bit of fun.
I can
It's a
see
bit of
that.
an
but
appetizer, waiting
is
for you to
this-
show up.
Is this just for fun, or is there other purpose to this?
No, I wouldn't say there's much of a purpose to it.
Well, you see, I tend to have the most fun when there is a purpose to something.
Yeah? Well, what's your purpose in hanging around with that little bony worm?
Excuse me, the what?
The little bony worm who lives in your head and tells you what to do.
I do not know of any little bony worm. I know a very great serpent, though.
Yeah, that's him.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
What about him?
Why are you doing the things he tells you to do? You know, bad things happen when you do that.
Bad things are happening right now.
Yeah, one of the bad things that's gonna happen is I'm gonna cut you up into little pieces.
We have a bit of a mutual agreement with this serpent. He is assisting us, and in return, we are doing some favors for him.
Last time someone did a favor for him, it involved the murder of 317 of my brothers and sisters. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. And he attacks you. Can you roll initiatives?
Okay. Ivor didn't see it coming.
right.
Evor's first roll in a month. Oh no!
Oh no!
Wow.
Hang on a second here. My D&D Beyond doesn't seem to be connected to Roll20 right now.
Oh dear. Does it need to be reconnected? I mean, the thing I suppose that's a dumb question. How do we reconnect it, Jordan?
It worked for me, so I'm not sure. I just did the thing. What do you mean it's not connected?
Normally, when I hit like my dice rolls, it will show up on.
Yeah.
Roll20, but it's not showing it on.
Do you have the extension installed? Did you change browsers?
Oh, maybe with my laptop getting all reinstalled and fixed, it probably.
Right.
That would do it. Yeah, so you'll need the Beyond 20 extension for that.
All right. While you get that done, can you just? I can hear you very slightly, George. It's the same as it was just a couple minutes ago.
Because now this is using the laptop's microphone, so I'm not.
Okay.
Oh, so
It is a little louder. All right. Q, and I'll update that for Slash's sheet. Not his sheet, his turn. And let's roll for Vesper too.
Oh no.
Oh no. It was not to be, I guess. All right. Wendell Lauren, it is your turn first.
So he has announced he's attacking us?
He has explicitly said he's going to cut you up into little pieces, yes.
Then I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt on him.
Sorry, that was me
All right.
testing.
It works now.
We're good now, but I'll still take my original roll.
You hit. Okay, yeah, you're still in for the 18. Wow. Very nice radiant damage.
And that's going to be it for my turn.
All right. Your guiding bolt smacks him right in the forehead, and he kind of spins around in place. He doesn't seem very happy. And Wendell Lauren's on here twice. That was probably my doing. Slash, your turn.
Now, am I using these like bones for weapons? What am I using for the stats for that?
Use the axes that you have. And Ivor, your initiative didn't look like it updated.
Do I have?
Well, mine got a 4.
Yeah,
Is accurate.
you're in the turn order as a 16.
Oh,
I guess
weird.
it must have kept everyone's old initiatives in and then added people again.
Oh, I see myself as a 4 in the turn order.
Yeah, you're in there as a 4, and then you were in as a 16, and then I just erased you. I guess I
weird.
should have cleared everyone before having people roll in.
Possibly.
Let me make sure Worm's in there for an 8 and for a 2. I'll remove the 8. I removed Vesper's second one. Gwendolen's only in there once now. I think let me go from bottom to top, proper order. It is Slash's. I'm sorry, Slash, I interrupted you.
The only thing I was asking, do I have to use it as like my hand axes? I can't use my great axe, correct?
You can use them as hand axes, or you can combine them into a great axe through donkey bone magic.
Okay, I'll do a great axe. And I'm not sure what the guy on. I think the bug thing is the guy's picture
Yes.
on the map.
Yeah. Let me zoom it out just so you can see him real quick. There. Gaze upon his beauty.
Then I will attack him with my great axe.
All right. Nice. You hit.
Nice. Ooh.
And can you roll again?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's doing it right. Hold on. The second roll is supposed to be the damage. I don't know if it's doing it correctly.
Yeah, it did. It should only be one. This is the crit. I can't remember what we were doing for crits because I'm a bad DM. We're doing the basic roll your damage dice again right now. So it's actually only going to add one because it doesn't add your modifier to the second one. So you in total did 10 damage. Right, you cut deeply into his carapace. He does not seem happy about this. Do you do anything else?
I'm going to back up a bit to give other people room to get in and attack.
All right, he's going to take an attack of opportunity against you.
Oh, right. And then maybe I won't. I forget that happened.
Okay.
I'm just going to hold my ground.
He starts to menace you and you change your mind. All right. Is that the end of your turn?
End of my turn.
All right. It is Stocky's turn. He is going to whip out his longsword at you. Does a 12 hit?
No.
All right. He's going to attack you again.
Neither Vesper nor Wendelorn are in the turn order.
Vesper's in on my end. Wendelorn's in on my end.
Oh,
I love Roll20.
yeah, it's awesome.
I don't see them. I just see Ivor and I think Vesper. It's only showing 3 people for me. And then the bug thing.
I'm going to have to ask you guys to trust me that I have the turn order.
Okay.
Yeah, I have Ivor, Worm, and the cockroach on mine.
Does a 22
I
hit?
Unfortunately.
Right, he deals... whoops, I just rolled 1d20 plus 3 damage. 1 second. He deals 11 slashing damage to you. And then he is going to writhe away from you, fall flat on his back, and try to skitter under the door of the meat shack. You have an attack of opportunity if you would like against him, but it will be at disadvantage.
Well, I would like to do that.
All right. That'll hit. And that would also hit. But it is unfortunately a 1 hit.
I didn't mean to roll it twice.
Is okay. All right. You chop off one of his many legs.
Slicey, slicey.
And then he disappears inside the building.
And he himself off the map entirely.
What's that?
Himself off the map entirely.
Yep. Vesper's turn.
Well, knowing Vesper, she would just set fire to the building.
Probably. Just gonna walk up. Just going to hold an action to cast some fire thing if he reappears. I don't know. What's that?
Waiting for him to reappear?
Yeah, waiting for him to reappear and cast Firebolt.
She might want to move to where she's in the building.
Should have to dash to do that. Do you think Vesper would do that?
I mean, she could just walk up there next to Ewar, couldn't she?
Already used her movement this turn. She'll dash up.
Okay.
Say she squeezed over here. All right, that's going to be Vesper. Now Ivor.
Okay, he ran into the where? To the teeth or behind the meat?
Into the meat house.
Into the
He
meat.
went
All right, the
under
teeth. Right, I keep forgetting the teeth aren't actually teeth. I'll just.
Sorry.
Okay, no, that's my bad. I'm the one who I played myself. Okay.
Congratulations.
He ran into the
Yeah.
meat house.
There is a closed door, and he just dropped down and went underneath the door like the cockroach he is.
I see. I would like to... How far away is that? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet. Is the door like right here?
Yes. Let me draw
Okay.
it.
I'd like to move up to the door and see if I can open it.
The door is unlocked.
Okay. Does it take me any actions to open it?
Nope.
Okay. I kick open the door, and do I see him inside?
You do not see him inside. You see a giant pile of pulsating meat, and you see a freshly murdered corpse of one of the trunk gnomes, just kind of on the ground bleeding.
Okay. Can I take my action to look around the room and see if I can find where he is?
Sure. Can you please give me
Or where he
investigation?
perhaps would have gone.
You assume he's in the pile of meat, since there isn't really anything else to hide behind. But you don't see
Okay.
any like antenna poking out or anything.
Where in the room is the Could I walk
Yeah, let me
to the
draw
side
it.
of the? Sure.
It's like
Is this better?
Whoa!
that is a lot louder. Yes, let me turn you down to proper volume on my
Yes.
end.
Speak again.
Oh no, that was George's final breath. He spent it,
It
spent
was
it to
too
reassure us of
powerful.
his presence.
Uh,
I cannot hear you now, George.
Nice. I don't know how it got unfixed in the first place, but I'm glad you found it.
Still
I
not
can
here.
hear.
That's
let
really
me-
weird.
I think I slammed it all the way down to 0 volume because I'm dumb. Can you please speak again, George?
Okay, is this better?
That is better. Thank you.
Yay!
Yay!
So you see a giant pile of steakums about sort of the size of a large creature, I suppose, if it was like lying down.
Okay. I'm going to use my bonus action to dash, so I now
Alright.
have 35 feet of movement left. And I will just try and maneuver myself to a place where I can see behind the meat.
Okay. He is not behind the meat.
Okay. I will just fire my bolts from the grave just into the meat blindly.
All right. Can you make me an attack at disadvantage, please?
Sure. There we go. Disadvantage.
That will not hit. There's a plorp
Okay.
as a geyser of meat erupts.
That is my turn.
All right. Worm.
Yes, sir.
It is your turn.
I cannot run into the meat room.
You could dash into the meat room.
Uh,
Maybe. I don't even know if you could.
Yeah, I could. That seems dangerous.
It is dangerous.
I'll run up this far and prepare my sword for if he pops out of the door.
All right. Anything else?
Why is Ivor in the wall?
Because he's up against the wall because I didn't draw according to the grid.
Oh, okay. Yep, that's it.
All right. Gwendolyn, your turn.
Okay, so where was he when I last saw him?
1 second. About right there. Around where Vesper's standing.
Okay, then I guess I'm just gonna kind of move up there and wait for him to reappear. He can't stay hidden for long.
Right. All right. Will you do? Are you going to prepare an attack if he reappears?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. And it'll be Slash's turn.
I guess I will try to attempt to follow where the little bug guy went, even though we didn't see exactly
All right.
where. All right. Is it like a really small space he went in?
He crawled under a door. Like, it's certainly not physically possible by, mortal man's understanding, but he certainly crawled underneath the half-inch gap underneath the door.
It's kind of went 2-dimensional.
Where's the door? Is that where the meat thing is, or is it?
Yeah, 1 second. There's a blue line here. That's the door into the meat room. Then there's a tan outline in there, and it's... actually, I can fill it in, can't I? The tan lump there is the pile of meat.
So I'm gonna first very carefully peek my head, see if I can see anything under that door.
All right. The door is actually open now because Ivor went inside. And you can see his head poking up over the meat pile.
I thought he was with the teeth. I didn't know he was in the meat. I got that.
No.
Is there a keybind? Yeah, there we go. I'll just make myself more clearly in the room.
I will go in and I will search around for any sign of where the little bug went.
All right. Can you give me investigation, please? Right. You're pretty sure he's in the pile of meat, but you do not think that you know exactly where he is. You see a little meat crater where Ivor clearly blasted it, so you're pretty sure he's not right there.
How Ivor has +7 on investigation and I have +0, but we still get the same result.
That was my chuckle, yeah.
This is the power of meat.
And I guess for the remainder, I'm just going to be searching through the meat.
All right. You can make me one more investigation roll if you would like to use your full action to search around.
Yeah, why not?
You get meat on your hands and it's distracting. It smells pretty nasty. Right. It's his turn. Can Ivor and Slash and Worm please make me perception rolls?
Ivor is included in that. Perception at -1. There it is.
I'm afraid that none of you notice him as he scurries out.
I didn't either.
You rolled a 21,
Yeah.
and he got a 24 on his stealth.
That's pretty stealthy.
It's pretty stealthy.
Did I see it scurried out?
You can also make me a perception roll if you'd like.
He's stealthing right in front of me.
He's a
Stealthing right in front
cockroach.
of you.
He probably just flattened to the ground with cockroach powers.
Essentially, yes. And I'm afraid you do not notice him either, Wendellorn, until he casts Lightning Bolt right behind Mr. Worm, trying to spear through the wall and also get Ivor. So Worm is going to... Worm and Ivor are both going to make their rolls at disadvantage, their dexterity saving throws.
Okay.
Nice.
You fail.
Dexterity save at disadvantage, you said?
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
And you will easily succeed, Ivor. Well, Worm will not. So the base damage is going to be 8d6, and Ivor will take half of that.
No evasion yet. Sad rogue noises.
going to be 29 damage that Worm takes, and
that's not okay.
it's going to be 14 that Ivor takes. Stalky becomes visible because he made an attack. So Vesper is going to firebolt him. Oh no, Vesper didn't firebolt. Vesper. I can't remember whether Vesper dashed or prepared firebolt now.
Dash.
Vesper does not firebolt. And Wendelorn did not prepare an attack. So Stocky is going to try to scuttle into another building if he has movement. So he used 5, 10, 15, 20. So he's going to get inside this building.
On leaving the house, Vesper did instruct to set fire to things whenever possible.
What?
Upon leaving the house, she instructed us to have Vesper burn things whenever possible.
Oh, gotcha. Chris instructed that Vesper should burn things whenever possible. Yes. Excellent.
If you need guidance for NPCing Vesper.
It is Vesper's turn now. So Vesper is going to try to set fire to the house.
Put them inside of it.
Vesper is...
Wait, do
you think Vesper would throw open a door and then... Vesper noticed him when he became visible. Vesper knows that he's inside the house. Do you think Vesper would be more likely to attack the building itself, attack the door, or try to open the door and then blast him if he's inside?
Ooh, good question.
I feel like Vesper would just attack the house, considering that has happened in this campaign so far.
She doesn't like burning houses. She'll probably think they can fend for themselves.
So Vesper, I gotta pull up the sheet. Vesper is going to firebolt at +6 the house. I could have just clicked it. I don't know why I'm rolling it out. That hits. I need like 3 more monitors to DM.
Mood.
And that's a good old amount of fire. Vesper creates a window in the house. A Bernie window. And you see a surprised cockroach man looking through the window. He kind of pokes his head around. He's kind of stupid to do that. That's what Vesper's going to do this turn. Ivor.
Okay. Where was this window created?
Let me draw it.
I suppose I was technically here.
Right there.
Okay. Well, technically not having known where anything happened and just being blasted, Ivor's just going to run outside the house first.
Well,
so
there are now 2 more windows where the lightning bolt created them. So I suppose you could see through this one.
Could see through like here?
Yeah. You can see through that one to what Vesper just did.
Can I try to tuck and roll out of it?
You absolutely can. Please give me acrobatics.
Okay. I will leap through normal roll. No, that's the wrong character sheet I had open.
Oh, no.
There we go. Acrobatics.
Eileen the Crow could certainly do that, though. Ivor apparently cannot.
He cannot, no.
Ivor gets halfway through and is stuck. You can take the rest of your action this turn, but your movement is reduced to 0.
Okay. So that took all my movement and my action to unstuck myself?
You can No. You can get yourself unstuck fine. You can move fine. I misjudged.
Okay. Is that a penalty of movement?
Say it took half your movement to do that.
Okay. So that's 20 of my movement gone then, because I have 5 feet to try it, and then 15 feet. So I got 10 left. I will put myself here. Can I see the cockroach from here?
You can see the cockroach from there.
Okay. I will Eldritch Blast.
All right. He has cover. I can't remember what cover is. Is cover +2?
If it's half cover, I think it's +2. I think 3/4 is like +5 or something.
It's gonna. He definitely has 3/4 cover.
Okay.
Let me look that up real quick as you roll.
I'd be too concerned by the sight of Worm's dead body.
3/4 is +5 AC and Dex saving throws. That is not going to hit.
Okay. I will bonus action.
You make
dash.
the window larger, and he only has partial cover now.
Okay. I will bonus action dash, and that will trigger my bolts from the grave.
All right. I'm sorry.
Whatever. No, that happens. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Bop. And I will just move out of the way of my teammates and end my turn there.
All right. Worm, death saving throw, please.
Yay!
Success. Wendalorn,
I can see him from where I'm standing.
you can.
Well, then we'll try to guiding bolt him again.
All right. And I believe I forgot he was guiding bolted the first time someone made an attack roll against him.
Yes,
I'm
but
gonna-
slash critted, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, gotcha. All right. Well, you critted on that, and you blow his head off.
Oh,
Very nice.
that is quite a girthy crit. Nice.
He just kind of slumps out of view. You're out of initiative order. Well, Worm is frothing at the mouth on the ground for the second time in a couple days. Or is this the same day? Probably the same day.
We can't shout around here.
Time moves strangely above the land of the... Yeah, whatever. Well, what do you do?
Well, how do I handle, not dying?
Well, someone can try to stabilize you, or you can make
I will.
2 more saving throws. You're up. North America.
Do I get 1 hit point or do I stay at 0?
You go to 1 hit point, and remain unconscious, I believe.
I don't die often.
Despite this thing's head being cut off, Ivor's just gonna stab it where the head used to be real quick, just to make sure it doesn't react.
It twitches violently for a moment.
Sounds like a plan.
So it is still twitching. He's just gonna keep stabbing it until it doesn't
All right.
anymore.
It eventually stops twitching.
Yeah, can't cockroaches live for like a week with no head?
Yeah,
They can
making
do a
sure
lot of
that
things.
doesn't happen. Just gonna keep on messing up internal organs until it finally doesn't have enough to keep going.
It takes a bit. Vesper joins you and repeatedly firebolts the corpse.
Perfect. Can I take a look through the corpse's possessions?
Yes.
Fire
It has on, it has a metal cap with a spike on the top. It has a gold amulet with a ruby in the middle. It has a long sword, and it has a pair of shiny blue leather boots.
Well, I'll take the longsword first of all. Just pocket that.
All right. The longsword has 2 charges left of its maximum 3 charges. They allow you to cast a lightning bolt.
Okay, I'll note that down. 2 charges of lightning bolts.
It uses intelligence as its casting stat. Although for lightning bolt, I guess it's a dex save.
Right, so that would be, yeah, proficiency intelligence +8. Cool.
Yes.
And you said there was a metal cap, a necklace, and there's 2 more shiny things? Okay.
Metal cap, amulet, and a pair of shiny boots.
I'll take a look at the cap next, see if I notice anything unique about it.
The cap gives resistance to lightning damage.
Ah. And what type of armor would you call it?
It is a spun metal with a tiny little lightning rod on the top. It is a helmet.
Sorry.
It is not a proper armor slot piece.
I see. I will hand that over to Worm.
You just took a lot of lightning damage. I think this may help you protect against this in future, if you wish. Also, may be good to have person with healing capability have resistance to something.
I wasn't the one rifling through the corpse, so I wasn't paying attention to what you were.
It is a helmet that gives you resistance to lightning. It has a lightning rod on the top, you see.
That just attract lightning.
It works by magic, you see. I don't know a ton about magic, I just let my god handle that side of things, but I at least know what a lightning rod is.
Did I trade away my floppy hat or just the sunglasses?
I cannot remember for the life of me. I'm sorry.
What,
wanna
what
say
did
I
you
lost
put floppy head on top of lightning rod?
No, my inventory says 0 sunglasses and 1 floppy hat.
Well, there you go.
Well, maybe I can wear it when there's danger of lightning.
You can stack them if you want to. I'm not going to stop you.
Can I wear it under the floppy hat and just poke the spike out the top?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
I was going to suggest it.
Perfect.
They call him Spiky Hat Logan because he has a spiky hat.
Wonderful. The amulet next. Do I notice anything about that?
Yes, can you give me an Arcana check for that one, please? The other ones were much easier to... Yes?
Could I potentially pass that off to Wendelorn and be like, I don't understand this, can you take a look?
He probably would have a much better chance of identifying it than you. The other two
Okay.
were crackling with lightning when you got them. It was pretty easy for you to identify them.
Sounds so.
I would be
Wendelorn,
happy to take a look.
yes, please take a look at this. I do not understand.
And if you would like to identify it, Wendelorn, can you please give me an Arcana roll? Well, the amulet on the back in an ancient language that you recognize fairly well describes it as an amulet of fire resistance, so you have no reason to disbelieve it. It doesn't have the angry little bits that a cursed amulet usually has.
So I will explain that to Ivor and hand it back to him.
Oh, very nice. Perhaps we also give this to Verm so that Verm can stay standing and able to heal others. I think this makes sense as strategy, but I only have an intelligence of 12.
Which is higher than that of the average bear.
It makes sense to me.
Here you go, Worm. Here is amulet to go with helmet. At this point, maybe we should just give everything to Worm, and Worm can just cosplay as Stocky.
I'm feeling very fashionable now.
What are the boots?
You cannot identify the boots, Ivor.
Vendelor, do you notice anything strange about these boots?
These, you find out after a bit of consulting your book for the tables of magical properties you have set down over the years, are boots of cold resistance.
Well, I think we all know the drill on this one. Well, Vendelorn, this sword, you perhaps may have better chance of using it than I. Would you like to take it?
Take what?
This stocky person, cockroach guy, had a sword that can cast a lightning bolt. It only appears to have some magic left in it, but I am not so good at using magic like this. I am better at using the instinctual magic that my god places upon me.
Okay, I would be happy to have that. Thank you.
Sure thing. So as Taylor mentioned before, that's a longsword with 2 charges of lightning bolt in it.
Okay, thank you.
Sure thing.
And Wendellorn, you can identify it a bit better than Ivor did. It regains 1d3 charges with every long rest.
Very good, thank you.
Thanks, Stocky, because he's dead.
I stab him one more time as we take his last possession.
He's probably going to haunt you now.
I will emerge and look at the nearest elephant person that I see.
Well, this elephant person's standing right here.
Ye-
And he looks very shocked and dazed.
Yes, hello. Very sorry about all this. We took care of the threat. How are you all doing? Are you going to be okay?
There aren't many of us left, are there? We failed. We can no longer do what was assigned to us. What even is there anymore? He looks around with phlegmy tears in his beady eyes. He just kind of walks over to the cavern wall and sits down. There are 2 others. They're just kind of, mostly, I suppose, doing the same thing. They're not responding very well to stimulus. They're just kind of there, looking at the many, many corpses surrounding them. The one by a worm is blinking quite a lot. He may have been blinded by the lightning.
Probably very loud.
It was quite loud.
I am terribly sorry for this great tragedy. Can you not continue with your previous task of keeping prisoners?
No, the prison broke. I saw it with my very eyes. The prisoner has escaped. He looks at Slash. If we cannot keep the prisoner, what purpose is there for us? What good is it that we'll give?
I have a question.
Eh.
If this was the prisoner,
And I'll gesture to Slash.
have you seen a goblin around? He was our intended prisoner.
Yeah. Yes, he sort of erupted into the one who killed us all.
I see.
I give Worm a bit of a look and then look back to the elephant.
His hands and feet just came off. Lots of other hands and feet came in their place. The head opened in the top, like a purse, and another head came out, and then his body came out. He was hiding inside the whole time.
That is quite disturbing. I am terribly sorry you had to go through that.
Are you him too?
No, I am not. We just killed him. His corpse is over there if you would like to see. I stabbed it many times.
How am I supposed to know that?
Because he is dead. I killed him.
Yes.
Well, actually, I didn't
So-
kill him. My friend killed him.
So dead things stay dead, but things don't become other things.
Yes.
No, nothing makes sense. Nothing. I don't believe you. You're trying to trick me.
I am not, but I can understand how you would think that way, and I am sorry.
He turns and waddles away.
Is there anything we could do for you?
He does not respond. The one up here asks for water.
I have water if you would like water.
If you give him water, he will greedily drink it with his trunk.
It's fine. I don't need water, so I'll just give him my flask. My water skin.
Why do you have a water skin to begin with?
I don't know. It was in my adventuring gear. It just came as default. So
Yeah, any of us actually need to physically drink.
I have a bunch of things that I probably won't ever use, like string and yeah.
I like to think that you carried it around as a memento of your previous adventuring days, and then it got filled up when you dunked in the pond.
Yes.
The one up to the top right, he is over here, and he's staring at this sparking crack that has appeared in the buttressed wall, saying, "That's not supposed to be there, is it?" It is what appears to be the final point that the lightning bolt hit when it smacked right through the walls of the meat hut.
If I may ask, what does this wall keep in or out?
There was some other prisoner keepers here before us, and whatever they kept back there is behind here. I don't know what it is. It was from before our time, but maybe it's our purpose now to be the same kinds of prisoner keepers, and so we need to fill the wall. Can you help me fill the wall?
I will indeed. This was going to be my suggestion. Yes, this is good new purpose. Yes, prisoner keepers restoring an old prison. Perfect. Filling the wall.
Can I inspect the wall and see like what kind of damage there is? Like, if there's...
Yes. You can give me investigation, and if you happen to be a dwarf, I guess you get a bonus from that.
I'm not, but I'll do that.
There is a
Evor's great 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 grandfather was a dwarf. No one else in his family tree.
there is a deep impact and burn crater in the stone. There is a mortar that has been just turned completely to glass around it, and there are stress fractures forming before your eyes in the stone brickwork.
Friends, do any of you have any skill in repairing stonework by any chance?
Can't say that I do.
Think so?
I wonder if Vesper does.
Can we just
Nope,
patch it with... There's a lot of meat.
There's a lot of meat. Vesper says, I could ray of frost it and try to fill it with ice.
Doesn't ice expand?
Does it?
I don't know. I have an intelligence of 12.
I usually use fire. I thought it was worth a shot.
I don't have anything to help him.
And Worm, what was that for?
To see if I thought that was a good idea or not.
Worm thinks it's a bad idea, which makes him wonder if it's actually a good idea.
I specialize more in breaking things than fixing them, unfortunately.
Maybe we could just break the wall down and then they don't have to worry about it having a hole.
I have acid, but that would make it worse. I have oil, but I don't think that would help.
The elephant man he's trying to pack sand into the cracks.
I will
not
help
working
him
out
pack
great.
sand into the cracks.
The sand keeps falling out, as is the way of sand.
If Vesper set fire to the sand, could she melt it into a
Some of the mortar has already turned into glass. So if you suggest it to Vesper, Vesper would probably think, oh yeah, that makes sense. Let's give it a try.
Vesper's currently hanging out with a dismembered cockroach.
Yeah.
If we can pull her away, I'll suggest that.
Vesper is willing to give it a shot.
She's just willing to set fire to it.
see, does Vesper have any spell slots left? Vesper does have 2 first level spell slots left and is happy to try Burning Handsing it for
I thought
maximum
she-
coverage.
I thought she had like fire cantrip.
She does have Firebolt. Thinks that Burning Hands would do better because it's like a giant wall of fire.
Oh. I don't know anything about these.
I could add a firebolt into that if that would help.
Vesper thinks it would help quite a lot. Vesper is of the opinion that there's no such thing as too much fire.
I agree.
If Slash's player was not here, I would have Slash volunteer to like just be melted into the wall. But you know, that's not gonna happen.
I think he's a little tired of being sacrificed, so he's going to declare.
Probably. All right.
He's probably happy to keep his new donkey meat body.
Probably. You don't come across those very often.
No.
All right. Burning Hands. All right, Vesper is going to attack the wall with Burning Hands. The wall is going to make a dexterity saving throw. The wall does not save.
Couldn't be more perfect.
The wall is going to take 3d6 fire damage. And Wendeloran can make his attack roll also, if you would like.
I do not like the implication that the wall is sentient.
It is an implication for sure. And Wendeloran hits, and you collectively deal 23 fire damage to the wall, melting it into drippy silicate substance that fairly quickly hardens into glass.
Does it appear that the stress fractures are still increasing, or does that appear to have kind of helped?
They seem to have abated.
Okay.
This looks like it may hold it for now, but you may want to have some of your people train in the ability to patch this up for real. This is your new purpose, after all.
We're gonna need more of us. You don't happen to know of anyone who'd like to take this up as their purpose, do you?
Unfortunately, I already have a life's purpose. I am sorry. Any of the rest of you?
I don't need a life's purpose.
No,
Is that
I
the-
don't either.
Do you need a death's purpose?
No, my death already has a purpose.
I see. I am sorry, my friend, but none of us seem to want to help. Perhaps you could persuade goblins to help.
Oh, that's a good idea. So long as none of them turned into cockroaches. We'll have to perform an expedition to gather volunteers from up above. I wonder how we're supposed to get up above. I hear that there used to be a way to do it, but I don't know of anybody who's ever successfully done it.
Well, we are going to need to find a way up above as well, and I will see if the way we find can be something that will be left behind for you, like a rope or something.
Oh, thank you. He turns around, he pokes the wall, yelps in pain, because it's probably very hot, and sits down, looking at it. It's not as pretty as it used to be, he says. You know, without... I suppose if we're all taking care of this, then there won't be anybody taking care of the meat. And the meat's gonna go out of control. And we're all
The
gonna
meat
die.
is going to grow.
Yeah, that's what it does. Yeah,
That doesn't sound right.
you know, it was my job a long while ago to help with meat for a while. I didn't like it very much. It was a very stinky job. Yeah, the meat was a big old leg from some kind of gigantic colossal creature that was here a long time before we were here. There was one of the old guards left, and his job was just to keep chopping up the meat and eating it, keep it from overrunning everything. When we got here, he was finally allowed to die, and so we took over the role of eating it up and chopping it up to keep it from just overgrowing everything.
That is very disturbing, but I have a question.
Eh?
Does the meat continue to grow if you chop it off, or only if it is consumed?
I think only if it's consumed. I don't know. We were never supposed to let it just kind of sit there. That's a waste of food.
What if you took a chunk of meat and put it in the pool and let it grow so you can climb up it to get out?
That sounds very illegal.
Well, desperate times.
But if we got it to that point, that's pretty much growing out of control. And maybe that's what we have to do. I suppose the old way didn't really keep us all from dying, so maybe we gotta find something else. But what parts do we replace? I don't know how all this is supposed to work.
I do not know either, but I just have ideas.
He gets up and he walks over to the meat hut, and he goes in and he rummages through the corpse on the ground until he comes up with one of the elegant ritual knives which the meat carvers had previously used to cut up the meat, which I believe they gave to Worm. And he hacks off a giant roast-sized chunk, which squirms around in his grip. And he turns around, and he's going to try to offer it to Ivor. If that's what you want to do, then here you go. Do with it what you will. I'm just not responsible for it, you hear?
Thank you. I appreciate this.
You have achieved meat.
I have achieved meat. Uh,
High is this the teeth wall?
What's that?
The teeth wall. How high is it?
It rises up a good 50 feet, I suppose, almost to the top of the cavern ceiling.
Maybe the way out is on that side of the wall.
Well, there's...
Now it just says
What's that?
it says soft.
It is a softer wall than it was a few minutes ago. That is true. So, I don't know what's on the other side, but nothing's ever come over from the other side, so I think it does its purpose. I wouldn't go back there. That's like the whole job of the people who were here before us.
Well, what good did it do them?
I don't know. It was their purpose.
What good did it do you?
It gave me purpose. I don't understand the question.
Maybe your purpose can be to find out what's on the other side of the wall.
That sounds like heresy.
Who's going to stop you?
That's also a good question. He's becoming very uncomfortable with, like, life.
Perhaps this is too many existential questions right after everyone you know and love has died.
No, I think we need to redirect his he just lost everything that he lives for. He needs something new to live for. Maybe that thing can be to find out what's on the other side of the wall for us. For him. For them.
Beautiful. Can you please make me a performance roll? Or persuasion, your choice.
Well, it doesn't matter. Nice.
The creature seems mesmerized by your words. It's like, I never thought about there being more to life than just being doing your job and making things, go as they're supposed to go.
I put my
guess,
hand on his shoulder and say, "It took a great tragedy, but you found your true purpose."
I could be like you all, coming up and stirring things up and completely ruining the way of life for everyone I come across. Just really showing everybody that I am a creature of will and power. That I can do anything and no one can stop me.
You can do anything.
I am the last of an ancient race. I have infinitely more value in my person than all the goblins. Oh, I'm the last. I'm the last one with any presence of mind. Look at those other two. They're just living dead right now.
He is the only one who could do this.
It would really be for the best if someone put them out of their misery.
We'll watch after them. You go scale that wall, buddy.
It's very hot. I'm not going to scale it. You can do it. You're the one who wants to see what's on the other side, aren't you?
What if we throw you up there? Then you don't have to scale.
Well, it's probably pretty hot up there at the top. I would really prefer you didn't.
This is your destiny.
I don't think it is.
You're the true hero.
I think I'm done letting other people decide my destiny for me.
So what is your destiny?
I don't know. I gotta figure that out. He's gonna try to walk away.
Persuasion roll.
Opportunity attack.
Would you like to opportunity attack?
No.
Okay.
If you don't, he's probably going to come back as a boss or something.
I just like the phrase, he's going to try to walk away. Yes, this is my chance.
Vesper hit him with a fireball as he walks away.
How far can he get the potato guarding?
Well, I suppose, do we really need to know what is on the other side of this wall if it is not part of our task here, or is it part of our task here? I cannot remember.
We don't have a way out, and it might be.
I hold out the meat that is just bloody in my hands, like just both my hands are occupied by meat at the moment.
Is that the way out?
I mean, it supposedly will grow.
Determine if the bits grow on their own?
They said the bits grow on their own, yes.
The bone snake pops out of Slash's arm. So, what have you all done here?
We came back and the goblin we brought with us slaughtered everyone because he wasn't a goblin, he was a cockroach.
Oh, that's very unfortunate. I didn't foresee that happening. I have misjudged. That is my fault. I am sorry. I should have instructed you to slaughter every creature you met on your way here. In case of this eventuality. Yes, you have good instincts.
Well, you wanted us to kill the cockroach, correct?
No. But
well, he's good.
Well, I suppose I'll have to change a few plans a few decades from now. Not a terribly tremendous deal. We'll just have to change the prophecies a bit, as it is now impossible for the last of the cockroaches to... Don't worry about that.
To what? Now I'm curious.
Oh, don't worry about it. At least he's gone to the underworld where he wanted to go.
I suppose that is true.
He wanted to be heroic, to travel down there and to defeat the king of the underworld. He thinks the underworld has a king, and fetch the souls of his brothers and sisters. But yeah, he was going to be the king of the living world and command all mammals under his command. But we'll have to think of something different now.
It's funny, we have been struggling to reach the land of the living, and he has been struggling to reach the land of the dead. How foolish.
Yes, I find these ironies very amusing. There are other worlds that people think exist that they're trying to get to that are, I suppose, sideways from the lands of the living and the dead. I have seen many creatures jump into bonfires and lakes trying to get places. I always chuckle when they don't listen to me. They think they're tricking me. Anyway, you want to get through that wall.
We do?
I want to know what's on the other side of the wall.
That would be the body of the god that you are here to kill.
Oh, yes, we do.
Yes, the last generation of creatures I set down here. It was them I set to maintain the wall. I mistook their allergy to various very common substances in this plane. It was a mistake.
So, do we want to knock wall down or just get over it?
Either one. You don't need it anymore. It's to keep people out, and you're the people it's supposed to keep out.
I see.
Flash just starts slashing at the wall.
I have acid. If you would stand back, please. It might at least weaken it a bit for you to then start slashing again.
Well, like I asked them,
Okay, he steps back.
Ymir chucks one of his last vials of acid at it.
Mr. Worm, is there a legitimate way to open this?
No,
Just brute force then?
just brute force.
You don't happen to have any brute force you could use, do you?
No.
wall.
No. Well, the surface of the wall bubbles and drips and froths under the acid's influence. The snake looks over and says, "Oh, that'll do it." That was a good idea.
I stand aside and just hold out a hand for Slash to continue.
Flash continues to slash.
We put a piece of growing meat inside the crack, and then, like, just as it grows, it slowly cracks the wall and breaks it.
Oh, yes, good point. Are we going to need this meat, or can I just toss it?
You can toss it. Ideally, it won't exist for much longer.
I take aim at this one back here and chuck the meat at it.
Oh.
Okay. You slap him in the side of the face with the meat.
Is that necessary?
Well,
Slash,
you
can you
see,
please
people-
make... Sorry.
I'm done.
Slash, can you please make me 3 attack rolls? You crunch, you smash, and you scrape. With mighty blows of his bony axes, Slash does indeed shatter a hole in the very old wall that has not been properly maintained for many years. The slowly decomposing mortar gives way. Stones in the shape of bricks fall, and he makes a person-sized hole. Congratulations, Slash.
I like to think it's just in like a cartoonish outline of Slash that has been borrowed to the whole.
It's the whole shape of a T-post, so you have to do a T-post to walk through.
Indeed. And I am going to call a 2-minute break. We'll reconvene then.
Okay.
I am back.
Hello.
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 Let's get started.
Ugh.
The T-pose through the wall first.
Taylor, what became of the prisoner that we got in exchange for Slash?
He's just lying on the ground. Unmoving, unconscious.
Okay, I couldn't remember. I asked Steph, and she couldn't remember either.
Yeah, unless someone did something to him that I don't remember, I think he's just been left lying on the ground.
Should we do anything with him?
No, he's fine, says the bone snake. I really just needed you to get him out. I'll deal with him later.
What did you need him for?
I will need him for something.
Okay.
It's none of your business.
No, I suppose not.
He chuckles to himself.
That's ominous.
Well, shall we be off then?
Yes. Lead the way.
Ivor T-poses through the wall.
Ivor T-poses through the wall.
I'll follow. With my 1 hit point.
Well,
Trying not to graze anything on my way through.
Right, you come into another cavern.
Dear God.
I don't think that's a dear god, no.
No, sorry.
Not yet.
We already fought one of those.
Spider God.
Well, he was not kidding about God being right behind wall.
There are 5 magic circles in the ground. 4 of them surround it. One of them is underneath its head, and there are silver chains which form a knot hovering about an inch above the middle magic circle that come forward and kind of bind and hog tie the god. It has 2 tremendous tentacles that end in what look like scorpion stingers that come out from its wing pits. It has 2 wings, 2 enormous bat-like wings that are covered in, look like swollen, closed eyes. It has 5 swollen and closed eyes on its head, 2 tremendous beetle-like mandibles. Its hands are very human-like, but very purple. And it has spiny ridges on its back. Ivor, this is the shape of your god when he appeared in your visions. And right here, there is 1 leg missing from the god, and what looks like very old tar that has dribbled out and hardened from the wound onto the ground. It does not move.
Mr. Boatserpent, I think there's been a misunderstanding.
How has there been?
This is the god that I am here to revive.
Yes.
Didn't you say this is the god we were here to kill?
Well, it is the body of one god. You are here to put the spirit of another god inside it, so that it may be killed. I believe that was our agreement.
Yes, but this is the body of my god.
Yes, but its spirit isn't inside it. I don't think. I
So
think
we
it would
need
be...
to revive it with another spirit, then kill it, and then I can revive it with my god spirit?
It's all very complicated.
But it's a simple question, though.
While your god's body lives in a biological sense, it cannot be reborn. If you fill it with another compatible spirit and slay it, then it will be banished, as it is not currently, and your god may be reborn.
Do I trust him?
Can you please give me an insight roll?
I give one too.
I was looking
Everyone
at Labarna's
may.
sheet. Rip. Here's my insight. My insight is that one.
Labarna in another dimension goes,
Yeah, I have way too many D&D Beyond tabs open at the moment. Labarna hums around them. I'm actually going to spend my inspiration on that as well.
Okay.
Just see if we can roll higher. No.
Worm sees no problem with this. Wendellorn assumes that if a magical creature is telling you about reviving a god, he's probably lying. And Slash thinks that he has told enough sort of almost the truths that end up getting lots of people killed that he probably shouldn't be trusted. And Ivor has good reason to be cautious when someone's trying to tell him that he needs to kill, in some form, his god. Especially when he was just telling you that he has his own purposes and it's none of your business.
Yeah, continuity question, because it's been a bit.
Yes.
So we currently have 2 souls of gods at the moment, right? We've got Ivor's god's soul that he has, or something, and then we had like the sphere that was the gem that I think Wendellorn currently has that has another god in it, or something.
So there is a magical soul gem that you are trying to return to Hope, which currently has the deer god inside it. And according to the Bone Serpent, it cannot be returned to Hope and used for its proper purpose until the god is cast out of it. And he said the only way to cast the god out of it is to put it in the body of a god. And Ivor may or may not have the spirit of his god inside him.
Right, not confirmed yet.
The Bone Serpent looks nervous. Come on. What are you waiting for? Perhaps he would wish to rest and prepare. This will not be an easy fight, I assure you. However, you have strived against this god before.
As much as I enjoy a good fight, I really don't think this is a good idea anymore.
I am very against fighting my own god's body, regardless of whose spirit is inside. Yes. I had assumed it was some other god's body, and I feel tricked, and I no longer wish to comply.
You don't wish to comply, do you?
Where is the serpent right now?
That's a good question. Let me doodle him.
Perhaps we should rest and think on it first.
Just sit here for like a week.
We'll have plenty of meat, apparently.
There he is. You will have plenty of meat. So are there any of the others of you who do not wish to comply?
How big is the serpent?
Maybe the size of your hand.
Comply with what? I didn't agree to do anything for you to begin with.
Oh, that's right, you have free will. I keep forgetting that mortals have that.
It's an easy mistake.
Well, then I suppose I will leave. Maybe in a week or two you'll have decided what you want to do.
I suppose so. We will wait for your return in a week or so.
He's gonna wiggle toward Ivor, trying to crawl into his foot.
Not me, please. One of the others. Or maybe you could even take one of the people in this village here.
No, that's impossible. I didn't create their bodies.
Vesper, would you perchance want to accept the Bone Serpent?
Vesper looks sad and disgusted, but does not say no. So the snake crawls inside her foot.
The tradition of the sacrifice of the player that's not here.
Well, the bone snake is gone.
Well, I suppose we should go rest then.
And where would you like to do this? I mean, there's a lot of recently vacated real estate here.
Yes, this is exactly my point, yes.
Free real estate.
You know, it is now strange that I think about those barrels back there. But those, like, if the meat only stops growing when it is being digested, are they just barrels of digestive fluid with some of this meat in it to just keep it away?
I only have an intelligence of 11.
Ivor only has an intelligence of 12, but he's expertise in investigation.
You hear a bonk sound in the far distance.
Somebody just get sent to horny jail.
Potentially.
Which distance?
This distance.
Which direction, rather? Thank you. Oh, back towards the entrance.
Yep.
Worm, did you leave your potato orphan guarding? Could that have been the potato orphan bonking someone? Or being bonked?
My orphan.
The potato orphan has...
I love the comedic timing of that. He appeared and then he went down. So good.
The potato orphan has bonked the creature whose worldview you shattered.
Oh.
It is unconscious on the ground, bleeding from its head. The potato orphan looks pleased.
I think now his brain is destroyed from the inside and the outside.
Daddy's little girl's growing up.
Then the potato orphan evaporates before your eyes.
No!
Oh no. I think it achieved everything it was going to achieve in life and moved on.
No! I search everywhere.
You find only a bone club and a pile of rags. Your own ears whisper to you, Worm. He who gives life can also take it away.
Take it away.
Worm is going quite fast.
Worm is a speedy boy.
Just a full sprint.
You're gonna start getting exhausted if you keep going like that, Worm. I guess the burn damage keeps away the exhaustion.
I'm gonna look at this elephant creature on the ground. Is it dying?
No. It
Okay, then I'll
comes
leave
back
it
to
be.
consciousness, actually. It was what just happened.
You killed our friend. How dare you?
He turns and looks at the pile on the ground. He says, I don't think I did. Are you trying to attack him? Well, you mess. And then you chop his head off.
Yes, good. Let the revenge flow through you.
Well, he had a destiny. Then he didn't.
This was his destiny all along.
Your final act, I had to make sure that it wasn't for nothing. She would have wanted.
He died doing what he loved. Getting cut in half with swords.
Yes, you see, this is how I was feeling about goblins before. Now you understand.
Ivor
Here,
walks away.
taking a nap. Sad nap.
So whose voice did you hear in your head, Worm?
I didn't tell you I heard a voice. Shut up.
Wendellorn, can you please give me a perception roll?
Wait, whose voice did I hear?
You heard the bone snake's voice.
Did he kill my orphan because Ivor refused to do his job?
Wendellorn, you saw tiny mouths appear all over Worm's ear. and whisper something to him before disappearing. This was directly after the orphan died.
Okay, well, that's interesting.
Eeyore.
Yes, Worm.
Did he kill my orphan because you refused to work with him?
Did who kill your orphan? I thought the orphan evaporated because it fulfilled its purpose.
No, that's not how purposes work.
Is it not? I thought this was how purposes for potato serpents work. I don't know very much about bone serpent magic, you see.
Where on Vesper did the bone serpent go?
The left big toe.
Get down on my hands and knees and yell at her foot.
Vesper seems not happy. Stop yelling at my foot.
You will come out here and explain what you did.
Probably can't hear you, says Vesper. He didn't seem to know anything about what we were doing when he wasn't here.
I will cut your toe right off.
No, you won't. You're about to drop back to being dead. And I know magic missile.
Ivor, you better hope he can bring her back.
Bring who back? What?
Isn't living as a potato orphan twice in one lifetime enough for you, Worm? Do you really want to subject it to even more torment?
Yes.
Worm. Hello, look.
There are many slaughtered corpses in here, by the way, Worm.
Before knocks an Eastern European.
What do you want?
If we manage to revive my god, I will petition him to give you a new potato orphan.
I don't want
Revive your old one. I'm sorry, I misspoke. But if we kill my god, I cannot make that happen or I cannot request it. And if we just follow the bone serpent's ways, who knows if he will just hold that over your head forever and threaten to kill your bone serpent, or not bone serpent, your potato orphan, whenever you do not do what he asks. This is not the way to live.
You go and seriously reconsider your decision.
Which decision? There is only one choice. I am here and my entire life's purpose is in service of my god. There is no considering to be done.
I knock on this door as well. And if there's no answer, I enter.
There's no answer.
I find a spot to sleep.
You sleep. And what will the rest of you do?
I guess find someplace to sleep as well.
We'll find a comfy spot, make a meat bed, and sleep.
Oh, I'm allowing that because you're a barbarian.
I hope we don't wake up to the meat having grown around Slash.
Do any of these things that we've killed have brains that might appeal to Vesper and Wendellorn?
Yes, all of the trunk creatures. I mean, the Stocky, his head has been incinerated, but all the trunk creatures have many very available brains.
There is a very freshly decapitated one.
The night we feast.
Huzzah. You and Vesper each gain 1d6 temporary HP.
Ooh, very nice. The power of brains.
Prions are the best warlock patron. you all spend the night, and you gain the benefits of a short rest.
Yay. Does a short rest have any benefits?
Yes.
It does for me because I get some spell slots back.
Vesper as a sorcerer. I don't know. I need to look up. I'll do it. I'll do it to Vesper's sheet after the session.
I don't think I get anything other than the ability to use hit dice, of which I have none.
You are a cleric, right? You get your divine Daniel divinity back, I believe.
I have never used that.
Well, you should. You have a lot of character features on all your characters that would be really, really powerful if you use them.
Are we using Tasha's rules? Any of them in this?
I don't know of Tasha's rules, so probably not. I know Tasha's introduced more resting rules, right?
No. What I had in mind here was there was a cleric feature that let you use your channel divinity to gain back a spell slot.
Gotcha.
Which is a nice use of it if you don't use it for anything else.
Yeah, that is absolutely something we can do if you want to use it, Worm.
If I want to what now?
You can trade your channel divinity for, I assume, a first level spell slot at this point.
I can look it up real quick. Harness divine power. The level of which can be no higher than half your proficiency bonus. So 2 first levels or 1 second level, it looks like.
Okay.
Or no, just one first or second level spell slot as a bonus action from your channel divinity.
And that's... How do I do that, like, once per rest?
Well, you get your channel divinity back, I believe, on a short rest as a cleric.
Okay. And I can turn that into a spell slot?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh. Neat.
Let me look up cleric real quick. It was amazing for Jameson. It let him get tremendous bonuses to hit things.
Evor's going to spend some... No, I'm all out of hit dice. I'm just going to rest.
All right. Okay, you are 6th level. You have 2 channel divinities for each rest. And when you beginning at 6th level, you can use your channel divinity twice between rests. When you finish a short or a long rest, you regain expended uses.
I mean, I neglected to level up if we're 6th level.
Whoops. I might be
I did as well.
wrong. I don't think you were 6th level. Sorry, my bad. That was my bad. No 6th level.
Yeah, I'm still level 5.
Yes. I was thinking of a different campaign.
Gotcha.
However, you are able to destroy undead if you happen to find undead aside from yourself, Mr. Worm. So that's pretty cool.
In that case, can I... so if I were to use Cure Wounds on myself, then I can effectively get that spell slot back after we rest.
You have your channel divinity once now. You probably want to use it before you rest, and then you'll get it back when you rest. And then you can spend your channel divinity now for the spell slot. Use the spell slot if you want to. After you rest, you'll have another use of channel divinity. You can spend it for another spell slot.
Nice.
I'm not mostly dead now.
Yay.
Me half dead.
You're only slightly dead.
They call me Worm the Half Dead.
So we're just selling in for a short rest for now, right?
I believe you guys could also just do a week-long long rest right now if you want to.
I need to recover HP, so I'm good with a long rest.
Just like make camp here for a while, gather up the bodies and dispose of them.
Throw all the bodies in the pit.
We'll make this a nice little place in case we never find an exit.
This is your life now. You've made a new hope.
So we're taking a long rest then.
Unless anyone doesn't want to, I think that is what you're doing.
Okay.
Vesper's happy to do it.
Okay.
So we don't recover HP on long rest, right? We recover our hit dice and can spend them again. Is that how that worked?
Correct.
Okay. So I've got
Worm, because he gains his channel divinity on a short rest, he can just infinitely heal you guys over the next week.
oh perfect. Okay.
Yeah, that is true. We can just do that. That's good.
You want me to actually do that or just assume that I did that?
Just assume you did that. I
So
mean,
I
you
will-
still have 7 days of getting all of your spell slots back. No, never mind. That's not how any of this works. I'm dumb. I'm tired.
Okay, well, how does it work then? Is there something I need to know?
Yeah, just whenever you would finish a short rest, which would take a day, so you can do it 7 times, you'll get your channel divinity back. That'll give you 1 spell slot that you can use for cure wounds. That we're just going to say that will be enough to restore everyone up to full.
Myself.
Yes.
And since I'm not using my hit dice, I get those due to the long rest, correct?
Yes.
And my
You'll have
spells
all your spell slots back. And according to the cleric rules, you can change out some of your spells if you would like to. I
We'll give that some consideration.
So we're going to end the session here. We'll reconvene next week. At the end of the week, when the bone serpent reappears.
Do we happen to level up during this rest? Yes, hopefully.
You may level up during this rest.
Yay!
If anyone would like level up help, then I can help them right after this session.
More than likely, I'll need help because I still suck at this.
Okay.
I have decisions to make. Ooh.
Oh boy. Would anyone else like level up help?
I don't know if I need help.
No, I think I'm good.
Okay.
Do.
Steph won't remember to level up until 5 minutes after we start next week. So.
That is slander.
All right. Thank you guys for playing, and I will see you guys next week.
Thank you, Burning Taylor.
Thank you very much.
You are welcome.